Hi, YouTube. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are a new subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing to Multidimensional Motherhood. If you're new to this channel, my name is Whitney, and on this channel, we discuss evolving as women, not just as mothers, but as women in multiple areas of life. So, if you're a mom, and you are remembering who you are along the journey of motherhood, this channel is for you. And today we'll be discussing how to recenter yourself when motherhood feels overwhelming. Because, as you may know, motherhood can be overwhelming. And we'll dive into what overwhelm means, the signs of overwhelm, what we can do to possibly pinpoint those moments of overwhelm and overcome them. That way, we are leading our lives with purpose and intention versus reacting to our lives. So, this topic is dear to me. I'm a mother of 2 with 1 on the way. Soon I'll have 3 under 3. I am a mother, I am a wife, I am an entrepreneur, I am a student of life studying child and family development, and I have a natural born interest in nurturing those around me. However, along my journey, I was taught to put myself last and to put others and everything first. So, as I became a mother, it was very easy for me to drop everything I had going on for myself, including my daily self-care and health habits, and putting them all into my relationship, into my family, of course, into my kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, when we start to feel dysregulated, overwhelmed, overstimulated, short and frustrated with ourselves, our children, and our partners, I've come to understand that there are things that need to be tweaked, things that need to be optimized in our lives. That way we have a fulfilling life that overflows and has overall balance. So let's dive into what overwhelm may look like, and let's demystify what overwhelm typically looks like as well. So, we all know the wonders of overwhelm when it comes to motherhood. At least most of us do. Raise your hand if you've ever felt like you were mentally overloaded after a long day of taking care of children, of cleaning, doing laundry, managing emotions, answering questions, of remembering doctor's appointments, meal prepping. Have you ever had a time where you've just felt like, I've had it up to here, I cannot take it anymore, I'm crashing? I know I have. I have plenty of times. And that is normal during motherhood, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be, um, you know, feel bad about. It is normal. Even the most patient people, even the most successful mothers and people can struggle during parenthood, truly. So it's important for us to pinpoint when we are feeling like we need a break, like we need to restore ourselves. It's very important. Overwhelm doesn't just look like a nervous breakdown or breaking down in the middle of your kitchen or living room. Overwhelm can look like walking into your kitchen and just standing there because you forgot what you came in there for. Overwhelm can look like reheating your tea or coffee for the 3rd time. It can also look like just scrolling through your phone after a long day of handling responsibilities as a mother. And if you're a father watching this or an attentive husband, this can, apply to you as well. So, as an overwhelmed mother, as an overwhelmed parent, it's important to pay attention to these signs, even the most subtle hints. Say if you're feeling a tight feeling in your chest, that's where I often feel my overwhelm is in my chest. I feel a tightness, I feel a grip, I feel a little pain. And we'll practice a few things and create systems that help us release and help us really debrief and take a moment to remove pressure from our day. That way we can continue the day with a healthy mindset. We can continue the day with our cup at least a little more full. So, this has come with plenty of practice, as I've mentioned in the previous video. Be sure to look at that video, by the way, if you haven't. I talk about what it means to be a multidimensional mother and what we'll be talking about in future videos. But as I mentioned, I am also a mother evolving. I am also a mother coming back to my own individual, unique identity and remembering who I am along the journey. So you'll see my real life growth and evolution as a woman. You'll see real life experiences that I'm having with my children. And if you have small children, a young family, I mean, let's go ahead and dive into and shine light on our struggles. Before we talk about resetting anything and adding anything to our day-to-day schedules or lives, let's talk about what we're carrying as mother. As a mother, we can carry a lot of weight that is unseen, even by ourselves, let alone others. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and shine light on that. I mean, you're a mother, whether you're a single mother, a married mother, work from home mother, stay at home mother, whether you are a corporate mother, doesn't matter. You are holding and bearing the responsibility of taking care of little people day in, day out. And that right there is a lot of weight in and of itself that the world may not see, because as mothers, we were taught to just deal with and handle the ups and downs and unexpected events of motherhood. And so, with those expectations, we often silence our frustrations, we often silence our needs and our concerns. We silence what we're going through mentally, spiritually, physically. I mean, yeah, there are mothers who have more children than me or more children back to back than me, but this is my third child back to back. So there's been a lot of mental healing and growth that has been going on within me. So I can only imagine mothers, with different dynamics and different relationships and household regulations and systems, what they're going through, what you're going through. So I say all this to say, you are a mother doing your best to handle all of these responsibilities and still remember who you are and take yourself along your journey. It's very important to regulate yourself. It's very important to learn what you need as an individual. And it's very important to also observe and see where you're not giving yourself a break at times when you can 100% give yourself a break in some form or fashion. I'll share a few things I do to regulate myself when I'm feeling that tightness in my chest, overwhelmed, exhausted, mentally overloaded. In those moments, what I typically do, one is I breathe out longer and slower than I'm breathing in. So, for example, it may look like this: in my belly, out. And I breathe out for as long as I can. I let my children know mommy needs a break to breathe for a moment. And they know. I mean, my children know, okay, mommy's taking a break. And they start to calm down when I calm myself down. Kids are extremely empathic, they can feel your energy. So when you calm down, they calm down. When you're taking a moment to break or debrief, they take a moment to break and debrief, typically. Another thing I do is I drink tea or I'll drink coffee. If I'm feeling the overwhelm or I'm feeling overstimulated, I let my children know, okay, mommy's making tea, mommy's making coffee. This is my time to make tea. This is my time to make coffee. I make tea or coffee before they wake up as early as I can. I make sure I prepare tea or coffee or even water for midday and evening as well. And they know that this is what mommy does. Mommy's tea, mommy's coffee. They know that. That's what helps me slow down. See, you may have different tools that you're using already. You may have different systems that you're using already. So if you do, I mean, think about it. How can you make it even better? How can you make that experience even more fruitful for yourself or enjoyable? For me personally, I was introduced to loose leaf tea. And my mother even gifted loose leaf tea for me for my birthday. So that's definitely elevated my tea experience versus buying regular tea bags. I can now put my loose leaf tea in my tea and it gives a stronger taste. I add a little more ingredients to my tea. I'll add a little more honey or lemon if I'm feeling, a little pizzazz that day. And these are simple things. I mean, yes, it may just be tea to somebody, but for me, it's my way of calming myself, grounding myself, bringing myself back to center. Another thing I do is I value the present moment. I constantly leave notes and reminders, affirmations around my environment that remind me to be fully engulfed in the present moment. And I find so much beauty and relaxation, so much balance and resonance when I read those quotes. Excuse me. When I read those quotes and affirmations. So, those are just three things that I do. I do a few other things that I'll share later, but those are just three top things that I do to regulate myself and to overcome overwhelm during motherhood. Like I've mentioned before, I have a 2.5-year-old, an almost 1.5-year-old, and I have one on the way. I must regulate myself. It is my top priority to make sure I am regulated, to make sure my nervous system is a super chill system. So, those are just a few things that I do. Share a few things that you may do or that you do that help relax you or bring you peace or happiness. Name a few things or one thing in the comments. Also, if you've ever felt overwhelmed during motherhood, comment "I understand," just to let the other mothers or any mother know that they are not alone. This is a community where we can be open, honest, shine light on our struggles. We can shine light on things that we're having difficulty with or things that we've even overcome. We can share great news from regarding motherhood, womanhood, mindset, personal growth, and more. So if you're interested in more content like this, be sure to click that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell. That way you know when I'm posting. I'll post every week or sooner. So be on the lookout for more videos in the future. If you have any questions, also leave those below. And I will see you next time. Mwah. Keep going, mama. You got this. Peace, love, and much, 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 much grace and mercy on your soul, mama. You deserve it. Talk to you later.